I'm so excited to share with you the fun-tabulous first issue of Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew. 60 cents, but is printed on newspaper, so 40 years later, this thing's kind of falling apart. Hey, Superman. Superman's fun and all, but these guys, it is so exciting to talk about this group. DC, where are you? I know you've got the Creature Commandos coming out, and it's great to see Invincible. Somebody start animating Captain Carrot and his amazing zoo crew. Let's open this up. Roy Thomas is a writer that has written for DC and Marvel. I think created Ultron, created Man Thing. He's been around for forever. Okay, we got Superman, we got Captain Carrot. Cool. They're doing stuff, and we're in an animal world. Clearly, this is our world, but instead of TWA is Trans Wolf Airlines, instead of Trans World Airlines. So everything here is going to be a spoof. Oh, something's happening with Superman. He can't quite help out. Don't worry, Captain Carrot is going to do. He's like, oh, I like Superman, kind of like dazed. Is like, where am I? And Captain Carrot, using his tremendous strength. Oh, look! I love the panel here, seeing his facial expressions. Again, I love a good comic where they are challenging the use of space. They're challenging the use of panels. Even this feels like breaking of panels, but I like the little tiny ones to focus on his expressions. We get a little sequence on the top, and we see all this great action that tries to say, hey, if you did this live action, it'd be almost impossible. So filming, I mean, maybe Chris Nolan might do something like that. And we get our quick origin story that a meteorite gets exposed to a carrot and he eats it, and that makes him, mutates him, which is great. And that's his origin story. And then we find out, yeah, Superman is somehow wound up on this alien planet dimension where everybody is an animal. He's like, how do we get out of here? He's kind of trapped. There's some sort of barrier. It's reminiscent maybe of early days of Silver Surfer being trapped by Galactus on Earth. And I don't think Captain Carrot flies. I think he more jumps. I could be wrong, but he's saved by Pig Iron. And of course, it takes place in Pittsburgh. Let's hear it for the Swine of Steel. Just a lot. It's like 5 spoofs per page. It's like a spoof a second. Sizzling celery stalks. I mean, just as a kid, even now, it just, what a great spoof, and doesn't take itself too seriously. Again, working in Pittsburgh falls into some sort of, again, this glowing rock. Okay, we're seeing this like weird kind of thing of this glowing rock creating a variety of augmented humans or augmented animals. He becomes you know, I guess kind of robotic. Maybe this is like an homage to Colossus. But again, now we have another version, and yeah, this is this cat, I believe, can do magic. So my real name's Felina Fur. Ha ha ha! That's so great. But yeah, so I bet you that her magic powers comes from the rock. Yeah, it lands in her soup or something like that, and it gives her the ability to cat. Well, maybe it's not. Is it magic, or maybe it's like kinetics? No, I don't know. Maybe it's the staff. Now I got to rethink that. Maybe it's magic, but okay. This is. I mean, fastback. Of course, you're going to have a turtle that runs super fast. That to me is just hilarious. Look at that. The word balloons are turned upside down. Stuff like that. I think it's just genius. I love it when everyone's just playing around with a panel. Not quite a movie, not quite a book. It really does take place in its own medium, right? I think I've talked about this before. With a book, you control the pace, control the visuals. Movies, you can't control the visuals, you can't control the pace. But with a comic, you can't control the visuals, but you can control the pace. You can stay on a panel. You can scrutinize a panel. You can see a lot of stuff. Sometimes movies move too fast, too slow. Comics move at whatever pace you want it to. So again, little rock hits him, space rock, all of a sudden it gets superpowers. Yeah, no, okay, so it is like magic. The rock somehow got her magic powers, I guess. I'm not too sure about. Okay, they're in L.A. Yeah, that I think that's a great way to show us Los Angeles. We're seeing the elaborate transportation system. And is this Rubber Duck, I think? Oh, yeah, Rubber Duck, and then She could shoot stars and stripes. Yeah, the stripes are malleable, and the stars are concussive, or they're like shooting stars. And I think right hand, yeah, I think one hand shoots one of the other. Um, and then, yeah, the again the rock makes him expand. Are they dating? Are they a couple? Because that's like a poodle and a duck. That rivals almost um, uh, who is that? Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. So right hand, right? Yeah, I think one hand shoots stars and one hand shoots the stripes, which is Americana's best. And then they all come together to form the amazing Zoo Crew, which I think they're now trying to save Superman. I think it's the Yogi Barrier because it's a spoof of Yogi Berra, maybe the former player and manager of the Yankees. And we see Great Krypton next, and I believe our main villain, if you haven't guessed it yet, who is a villain that is an animal and also exists in the regular DC universe. And you guessed it, it is Starro. And Starro is, I thought was an awesome villain in the Suicide Squad. And yeah, apparently a piece of Starro broke off and grew um, in this universe, in this country. So they all have to come together to fight Starro. And what a great! I thought this should have been. Well, I guess that might give away who the villain is. Like this is like a classic cover where you have all the Avengers fighting together, all the Fantastic Four fighting together, all of the Justice League fighting together. So what a great shot! What a great homage to comics and comic teams. And they beat Starro and they free Superman, and then they decide to stick together, which is great. Mallard Fillmore is the president, which is again a lot of great in jokes, a lot of corny stuff, very 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 corny. But oh man, the kid me loved it. The kid that read it back then loved it, and the kid me loves it still now. A lot of fun, a lot of joy. Make this DC. You're sitting on a gold mine. Captain Carrot and his amazing Zoo Crew.